Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. This is going to be our standard tarot reading, so if you guys want to stick around and hear some messages from the cards, I would be happy to have you along. Just to do some general housekeeping before we get into the video. If you guys like what you see and want to see more from me, please go ahead and click the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons so you can stay in the loop for when I post new work. I have also included links to my website and my social media, so if you want to get a hold of me outside of YouTube, you totally can. I am taking commissions for tarot readings at this time. If you are interested in having a private reading done with me, I am available, but please know that it's absolutely optional. It's not an obligation, so if you don't feel comfortable with that, please don't force yourself to do something you're not comfortable doing. That's totally fine. So there's that. I have also listed every one of the decks that I'm going to be using in this reading. There are a lot here because I feel compelled to really go deep, and I feel compelled and very sure that there is a message that I can give you through the cards here. So first things first, we're going to dig into some oracle cards. I want to start incorporating them more into my videos because I think they can give a reading on the general energy, whereas I feel like the tarot is a little more specific as to how well you can, general versus specific. I want to use oracles to get a general read on the energy, how that can help. And I also just want to practice more with them in any case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this reading with some oracle cards. Let's do two apiece. Hold on here, I'm trying to decide what we're actually going to do because that's how well I plan ahead here. I am also going to pull a bonus reading. If you guys are interested in seeing that will be at the end of the video. But we'll see how well it goes. So stay tuned. This is going to be quite interesting. So right now I'm just pre-drawing the cards. Yeah, let's see how this goes. You can see I'm already starting to get a bit tongue-tied here. So, okay. Just a second, guys. Okay. So we had a card come right off the top. This is from the Enchanted Map Oracle, and this is Follow the Leader. What I will interpret this card as is that you have an energy that draws people to you. You're very magnetic and charismatic as a person, and you might have I'm getting the sense that you're a good speaker. You have good speaking abilities, but maybe you're not sure of how to channel that energy. Okay, so right off the bat, you have an attractive energy about you. You don't know what you're doing with it just yet. Or maybe this might be a call to action to say, maybe following the crowd isn't what you absolutely need to do, and that might be something you don't do. Maybe it's you become your own leader, you become your own pathfinder. Okay, so let's go from there. Follow the leader. Now we're going to, we'll just go in the pile. Hold on, guys. So I also have, out of the Enchanted map, we have the Gentle Gardener and the Mountain. So based off of this, you have, again, I'm tapping into your energy on this, because you have a gentle, caring energy about you, and this gentle, caring energy is what's helping you grow and manifest the things you want in your space. You're not forcing anything, you're not rushing anything, because you know that, you know, honey attracts more flies than vinegar. So you're not really letting anything. It isn't that things don't faze you, it's that the energy and how you deal with that is very much accepting, claiming what's happening, and knowing that you're in your own power enough to face that fears. And that leads me nicely into the mountain, because while there may be things in your space, once again, I feel that your energy is very calm and gentle and very peaceful, and that not only helps you get through challenges, but it attracts people to you. It's an attractive energy. Okay, for better or for worse, we don't know what that might bring, but maybe we'll answer that question in the tarot. So stay tuned with that. So yeah, there's the mountain. You have obstacles in your path, but you know you will overcome them. Okay. Now from the Gateway Oracle, this is by Denise Linn. We have giving birth, and we also have being in the flow. So there's also a creative energy around you. And you are making manifest the things that you want in your space. You're doing the best work that you can to try and do that. And no, it's not been easy. Again, recall that there are obstacles here, but also recall that you have a gentle energy around you that's helping solve these issues, and you are your own trailblazer. Okay, so yeah, you are your own trailblazer. You're manifesting things in your space. You're giving birth. Maybe you are literally pregnant, and for that, I'm hoping that you're okay and that you're safe, and yeah, I'm hoping you're okay and you're safe. I'm gonna leave it there because I realize that there's some hot button issues in the world going right now that I'm not going to touch. So one thing about the Gateway Oracle is that there are catchphrases, and I don't know if you can read that, but what this says is, I am bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world. So yeah, your creative energy and your creative energy and ability to be your own leader are what's bringing you forward. Okay, so there's the giving birth card, but you also have being in flow. This is easy for you. This is just your natural state to be creative, to be in a creative flow. Once again, you're not forcing anything to happen. You're not trying to rush whatever processes you're going through. Okay, and this is important because, especially when you are manifesting things, the things that you want are taking time, and it's not easy, and certainly not maybe it's not the most comfortable. But once again, you're accepting it, you're claiming it, you're making it your own, and yeah, this is whatever you're manifesting, whatever you're doing with this energy right now is easy, and it's not flawless, but it is, at this point, you're accepting it as it is. I hope that's making sense. Maybe this is resonating with you so far, in which case, thank you for watching. But the tagline of this is, I am in the flow of the universe. So yeah, things are happening for you, and it's easy. It's easy. Okay. Anyway, yeah, being in the flow. Okay. Now, finally, from the Work Your Light Oracle, we have Mintaken and the Great Gathering. So I think the catalyst for all of this flow energy, all of this creative energy, is that you've been wondering what's out there, wondering what might be, what kind of life might be after this. And I'm thinking of a thought process I had when I was still in college, that I was very kind of bored of going to class every day, and I thought to myself at one point that there must be more to life than just being a student. There must be more to life than there must be more to life than just fill in the blank, right? You've been longing for a change, and yes, this energy is coming, this change is coming, and you've had the opportunity to feel that, because now it's in flow. But you're starting to discover that, oh yes, there is more to life than whatever you're using to fill in the blank. Okay. So yeah, Mintaken, the catchphrase on this is longing for home, belonging, and the original light workers. So there's something that you've been doing for yourself energetically that has kind of helped you navigate the space a little bit easier. You've navigated the space to where you can be in flow, and you're here. So let's see where this is going next. Okay, Mintaken. We also have, like I said, the Great Gathering here. This is telling us that it's all coming together. Maybe you're getting intuitive hits throughout all of this, and you've found that sense of belonging. You've found that sense of peace and heart, and if not openness, at least you've found a part of you that finally fits. Yeah, you found a part of you that finally fits. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there because I think that rounds out the oracle reading very nicely. So here we go. Okay, we're going to get into our tarot readings. I'm going to do the usual. Yeah, I'm gonna do the usual reading. You can tell I'm starting to get channel-y by the fact that I cut myself off talking. Hopefully this works. So we're going to start with the Star Spinner Tarot. I'm going to do my usual routine. If you've never seen me do a reading before, what I mean by this is that I will pull cards from the middle section, and then the bottom and top cards are going to clarify and kind of illuminate more about the situation I see in the tarot. So, first card. Okay, first, let's just take the first three cards out from the middle. First card, we have the, I believe this is the King of Wands. So, immediately, we have a new understanding of our own passions, what we have at our disposal to be able to spark our passions and inspiration. Okay, we have a good understanding of what those things are and how to use them. Okay. Part one, we also have the Three of Coins, and we know how to inspire other people. Okay, the Three of Coins talks about teamwork and balancing old and new ideas and working together to achieve a goal. So, okay, remember how I talked about being your own leader, following the leader. Maybe you have leadership energy that you don't know what to do with. Yeah, now you do. And I think that's borne out borne out by the fact that you have the King of Wands, so very inspirational, charismatic attitude, and you know how to lead people into achieving a goal. Okay, so yeah, third card and Queen of Swords. You're smart. You're very observant. You know how to. I don't want to say necessarily babysit people, because that would imply that you're kind of, at least in my view, you're kind of lording over them. But I don't get the sense that that's what you're doing here. Okay. What I do sense is that you're observing and you're able to kind of foresee how certain actions may affect what you want to achieve. Okay. And yeah, you're able to foresee that energy. You know, if point A might not be the best decision, but point B, C, and D are worse, you know, kind of, what's the balance? You're good at finding that balance. And I think also we got the balance energy in this card as well. So right off the bat, you are in fact a leader. Okay, even if it is leading yourself down the path, you're able to attract others with you. And that's interesting. It's interesting how that kind of worked out, because once again, we got leadership energy out of the oracles. Okay. So let me get some hidden and clarifying energy. A hidden energy, okay, is the Ten of Swords. Something's going to come to an end, and it's going to hurt a lot. There could be some people in your camp that aren't the most trustworthy, aren't the most they're just not the most trustworthy, and they're possibly working behind the scenes to make it difficult for you. And in that case, it might be best to check the energy and check the room. Remember, you have this observant, smart quality to you, so please, given this, use this talent very, very effectively here. You have that opportunity, because there might be a painful ending coming to you. Can't say for sure. This leadership ability could have been developed from experiencing pain like that. Again, just developing the powers of observation. But you also want to check yourself, because once again, a decision could be made that causes this to happen. Okay, so just be careful, be observant, be smart. You are, yes, you are a leader. Please don't be a tyrant. Please don't be dictatorial. You know what I mean? Don't lord your power over everybody, because you are trying to achieve a goal, and it's not you by yourself. Okay, so please be careful. Okay, be careful how you use the power you have, is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so there's the Ten of Swords is our hidden energy. Our clarifying energy is the Wheel of Fate. So once again, we're coming back to the idea of cycles, everything moving, everything coming in, everything moving out, and how this is a constant, okay? You might be on top now. You might fall out. You know, you might fall out of favor, and that's, you know, if that happens, I'm sorry. I hope it's not, I hope this doesn't end too traumatically for you, but cycles do happen. Things come and go, okay? And your power, your leadership might be lasting for some time, but it's not meant to last forever, okay? So please please understand that if you are using your power for negative gain, and by that I mean just being chaotic, being cruel, being mean, this cycle is going to happen a lot faster, because ultimately, we all get our just desserts. Okay? If we all get our just desserts. So just be aware that you might be on top of the wheel now, but you're going to come to the bottom wheel. Secret of that, though, is that you do have the chance to come back up. Okay? You do have the chance to come back up. And I feel like saying patience and the gain of wisdom is going to help that happen a lot quicker. Okay? So next, we are going to go into the Dark Angels Tarot. I'm going to do my best with this. This tarot is a little bit challenging for me to read, but I am getting better. You know what? Give me a sec here. I wrote a little cheat sheet for myself. Is it even in this one? Oh, I don't think it is. Okay. So yeah, I have, because my brain works visually, I had to write a cheat sheet, because the thing with these two decks in particular is that they don't list the names of the cards on the card, so that's going to be a bit challenging. However, I am working on it, and if I have to pause and look at the paper, that's what I'm doing. I apologize. Let's get back into it. So I'm going to clarify the first part of the cards, and then we're going to do another couple of decks and see how we can channel what we're seeing. Okay, so to clarify the King of Wands here, we have the Five of Cups. So there has been some disappointments. There has been some things that we are kind of sad to find out about. This isn't a happy card, because we've disappointed ourselves, we've disappointed people around us. There's been some things, again, I'm going back to the idea of trauma in some capacity having helped you develop observational powers, like a way of bringing people in, because maybe these people feel they've had similar experiences to you. The trick that I always give with the Five of Cups is that you don't see what you have left after the loss. Okay? And, in some cases, now it's not really obvious by this card, or by this deck, but in some cases, like in the Rider-Waite, you'll see a character kind of grieving the loss of the cups that have toppled, but they're not seeing that they still have a destination to get to. They're not seeing that they still have cups to bring with them when they go, if they choose to go, if they just sit and admire themselves. Sure, you can do that, but it's not going to get you anywhere, right? You still have a little bit left after this. It's not much, but if you can pick yourself up by the bootstraps, you can take yourself out of the situation and move yourself forward. Okay. I feel like, given that we're talking about an authority figure, that being the king, that you've had to step up in spite of the pain, in spite of potentially not being ready to. Okay. So in spite of this, you've become someone that people needed you to be, rather than the person you wanted to be. We'll get into that, and we'll get into that with the clarifying energy. But for now, there is the Five of Cups. Okay. Okay. And we also have the Five of Swords. Once again, there's been some things in your space that you have gained. But now you're looking at it and going, this isn't what I asked for. This isn't what I signed up for. This is not what this isn't what I signed up for. Okay. So you've had to step into that. You've had to step into a role you weren't ready for. You probably didn't ask for it. And you've had to lead in spite of the disappointments, in spite of maybe getting the role and realizing, oh shit, I have to do this. I am not prepared. I don't have the capability. What do I do with this? Okay. Remember that energy that I talked about with your oracles. You already have, there's something in you that already knows how to do what you have to do. Maybe that's going to take, and we're going to start clarifying these Three of Coins here. Maybe that's going to take bringing in people from outside of your sphere. Maybe that's going to require you doing something you're not comfortable with. Let's get into the, no, that was upright. Okay, let me get into the Three of Coins. Once again, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, everything comes and goes, everything moves in cycles, everything is constantly moving and nothing is static. So these disappointments, these aches, these pains that you're feeling over having to step into that leadership position, they will fade. They will go away. Okay. Who knows when that's going to happen? Who knows? But it will change. It will change. So there is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. But we also have the Ace of Swords. There's an opportunity here to change your perspective on this issue. Okay? Because you've been so mired in disappointment about having to step into this place, into this thing that you weren't ready for, and now it's now the perspective may shift a little. Remember, and borne out by the wheel. Remember, we have the wheel. It's a repeat card at this point. So there's a chance to change your perspective about the situation, and especially about the way you lead. Okay? You're not doing this alone. I feel compelled to say that you're not alone in any of this. Okay? It's hard, whatever this is going through, because I'm feeling a sense of fear, and I don't blame you. But you have the opportunity to shift your perspective on this matter. Okay. Now you also have this observant, protective, smart aspect to this. So let me see hidden and qualifying energy. Okay, 5-8. So you have the strength to do this job too. Powers of observation. You have the chance to take your more intense emotions and figure out how to calm them in a way that lets you feel them without being overwhelmed. That takes strength. That takes a lot of, I'm going to say muscle power, because I feel like ultimately it's all in your head that you're battling yourself in your head, and I'm getting there because Queen of Swords here. We also have the Ten of Swords, which we'll clarify in a minute, okay? You have the strength to do the work to let yourself be more comfortable. Remember, we're also talking about being in flow with the universe, being your own leader. Again, and actually, let's go back to that, because we're talking about the flow aspect of this. Yes, you're in flow. Yes, you've accepted and claimed things. And I remember saying this is easy for you. But the fact of the matter is that it hasn't been. And maybe it won't be in the future. I don't know. I can't predict that, okay? But whatever comes, you have the strength. We also have the mountain card out of the Enchanted map. You can overcome your obstacles. You know how to do that, okay? So there is the card for strength. That's our hidden energy. Okay, we also have the Two of Wands. You have the strength and the powers of observation to understand that a decision needs to be made about this. And I feel the decision is, do you give it up or do you stick with it? Okay. The thing is that you're not, this is absolutely not by choice, but you're not firing on all cylinders on this matter because you're missing information about it. Okay. And it's Two of Wands. Yeah, you're still hesitating. There's something here that you need to decide on. And keep in mind that wands are associated with fire. And for me, I've been interpreting the suit of wands as there's something sparking. Something has sparked. Okay, something has sparked in your space, and do you tend the fire? Do you feed it? Do you give it kindling? Do you put lighter fluid on this flame? What do you do to keep this burning? You have a choice. You have options, whether you realize it or not. But you have the option of letting that fire die out or continuing it. Okay. Okay. What's interesting here is that I'm seeing a lot of air. Well, specifically right now because we have the Ten of Swords coming up, which I'm gonna clarify right now. But really quickly though, we have Swords and Wands coming out in conjunction, which is an interesting combination to me because fire needs oxygen to burn. Okay, and we have a little bit of fire and we have a lot of air. Okay, we're gonna see where this goes, if it even continues to burn. Okay, so okay, so we also have the Knight of Wands coming out. So you're feeling something deeply, very, very deeply. In fact, it's so deep that it's passionately emotional for you. And I'm saying it like that because we have this aspect of betrayal, backstabbing, painful endings. You're facing it, but it doesn't mean it's easy. Okay? It doesn't mean it's happy. It doesn't mean that the flow is, maybe at this point, maybe you've come from a place of ease in your leadership to now having to face this difficulty. Again, whatever this is, you are feeling it deeply and you are feeling it powerfully. I'm tapping into the pain aspect again because the Ten of Swords, but whatever this is hurts. Okay. However, you're the kind of person who is action oriented, especially when it comes to what inspires you and what fires you up. Okay. So yeah, there is the Knight of Wands as our hidden energy, clarifying energy. We have the Nine of Wands. Again, there's a lot on your back. You're enduring it though. You're enduring it. You're coming through. You're doing the best that you can. It's not easy. It's not fun, but it is what it is. And I think the flow aspect that I talked about earlier in the reading is coming from your ability to accept and understand that this is happening at all, and now you have to figure out how to navigate it from there. Okay. My lights just flickered. I'm going to take that as confirmation. But yeah, again, going back to this, you are doing the best you can to endure this situation. And for now, I'd say you're doing a pretty good job. So let's cross our fingers and move into the Wheel of Fortune and clarify why we're seeing this here. Okay. So to clarify our Wheel of Fortune, okay, we have the Five of Pentacles. So we need to come in and again ask for help. You don't have to go this alone. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Because we're back to disappointments. We're back to pain. We're back to negativity. We're back to being asked not to mire ourselves in that. Okay. What's interesting to me is that we don't. Yeah, what's interesting to me is that what are we not seeing about ourselves? Maybe this is the fact that you've given help to so many other people. Who's helping you? Who's helping you in your time of need? Okay? Come in and ask for it, because it is there. Support will be given to you. Okay? So there is the Five of Pentacles. Okay. We also have the Seven of Cups as our clarifying energy. So there's options. You have a lot of options here. And I think that it's important to note that, because again, like I said, you are supported and you are cared about. You need to come in and ask for it because it is there for you. I do want to caution you though that some of these options might not be the best thing for you, and that's where your powers of discernment and observation and judgment will come in absolutely handy. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Let's move on to another deck. We're going to see how all of this potentially affects you. What can you do with this energy? How can you navigate this? Because remember, you're in a place of authority in your life, in your space. Things do change and they are not static, as I'm sure you all know. But this aspect, yeah, there's an aspect of, I didn't ask for this to happen. I didn't want this. However, now I'm in this situation. What do I do? How can I make the best use of it? Okay. All right. And I haven't used this deck in a while. Haven't used this deck in a while, so I'm going to shuffle this. All right. Ooh, one more shuffle. She's feeling spicy. Okay, first card. We have the Six of Cups. So I think the best way to do the work you're being called to do is to try and reconnect with something that brought you joy. Maybe this is going to a thing you used to really like doing as a kid. Hopefully it's not too, no, let's go with it. Reconnecting with something you used to do as a child. Maybe this is finding a way to go back to your childhood home. ultimately, this is addressing the aspect of nostalgia in your space, because maybe that's causing you to be disappointed with your reality you're living right now. And perhaps this will be the sort of thing that when you do reconnect with it, you'll start becoming very clear about how to solve some of these disappointments. Okay, so there is the Six of Cups, first card out. We also have, okay, we also have the Hanged Man. So this is talking about surrendering a different perspective, surrendering to a different perspective, or seeing things differently. Okay, now I like that I get this, because remember, we have the Five of Pentacles, we have the Five of Swords, and we also have the Five of Wands coming out. We have three different cards that I am getting disappointing issues from. Okay, what lessons can you learn from those disappointments? What do you need to let go of? What do you need to do the work of letting go? Okay, you're not going to see that from the angle you're looking at. Maybe moving across the room, maybe, asking for some outside help. Okay, because you also have that option. Okay, but ultimately the perspective on your situation needs to shift a little bit. Also interestingly enough, the wheel came out twice, 2 different times. Confirmation that something needs to shift. Okay, so there's the Hanged Man. Okay, and we also have the Hierophant. We talked about reconnecting with something, something from your past, reconnection. Okay, maybe, given the fact that the Hierophant is coming out here, maybe this is you reconnecting with the personal truth, something you've already known about yourself that you kind of put on the back shelf and forgotten about. Now it's coming back to the front. And it's about damn time. Okay? It's about damn time. Alright? So there's Hierophant. So far, so far we have a reconnection, a shift in perspective, and potentially shifting towards personal truth that you've always had. Okay? So, hidden energy, clarifying energy, please. We have the Sun. Yeah, once that shift happens, you're gonna get clear on it. You're gonna get absolutely clear about where you need to go next. Okay. Yeah, there it is. There's the Sun. There's been a lot of light and a lot of warmth, a lot of growth. And in that, you've come through a lot. You've come to some tough places, but you've also done the work to help yourself through those. And now that you're here, now that you've done the reconnection to get to your personal truth, you're finally clear on where you have to go next. Okay. So there's the Sun. Okay. Yeah, okay, we also have the Ace of Wands coming back out. I believe, no, that was the Ace of Swords. So, new sparks, new energy, new things are growing. New things are growing. Okay, you put the spark on the fire, and now you're clear that this needs to be tended. Okay, that fire needs to be tended. All right. So that's the energy I'm coming towards in terms of how we can use the energy from the first part of that. going to pause a minute and get a hydration break. If you haven't done so, please get some water in your system. Okay. So that is for you. Let's get some final outcomes of what we are seeing in this reading. Okay, we're going to use the Murder of Crow Tarots by Corrado Roy. I don't think I've listed any of the other creators for my decks, so please look in the description to find out more. Yeah, let's see our final outcomes. Okay. Alrighty, one more shuffle. First card to see. Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles. So one of the final outcomes is that we can reciprocate the kind energy that we've been shown. Okay, I'm getting there because we have the Five of Pentacles. We have a lot of, we're reciprocating kind energy. Okay, and once again, I'm going back to disappointments, hurts, anger, that kind of thing. Yeah, okay. You've asked for help and you've done the work, and now you can help others do the same for themselves. Give me just a moment. Okay. So we also have another six. This is the card for the lovers. There's a choice of head over heart. There's a weighing of options, new options in your space. There's some pros and cons that you do need to address and are doing the work for. Okay. Interesting that we get 2 6s. Interesting. Anyway, lovers. We also have the Page of Pentacles. So you've learned, again, tapping in with the generosity energy here. You've learned enough about how to take care of yourself and how to take care of others. And given that the Six of Pentacles is in a state of reciprocity, you're learning how to open up and ask for help, but also be a helper to others. And you're learning how to balance that. Yeah, you're learning how to balance that. Okay. There's also taking the lessons you've learned about your emotional and spiritual growth. I'm going to put this in here even though it's the wrong suit. And you're applying it to the physical world. I know how to tend a garden. I know how to feed my family. I know how to do this. What does that mean to me? And how can I use that to move myself forward? Hopefully that makes sense. That's what I'm sensing from this. At this point, I feel like I'm just talking. So hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, here's the Page of Pentacles. Okay. Alrighty. So our hidden energy. Okay, yeah, we have the King of Cups. We've become someone, and I feel like we're coming back around to this. We are someone, you have become someone who knows what they feel, who knows how to feel what they feel, and not be so overwhelmed by those things. In the beginning, in the beginning of the tarot portion, we got the Knight, we got the King of Wands. Now, that is someone who's passionate, who feels a lot, who feels everything all at once. Maybe this is a Sagittarius energy, and say that with somewhat of an authority because I'm related to a Sagittarius. But in this case, yes, they're still feeling passionate. They're still feeling some kind of way about a situation, but they know how to handle their emotions now because they've done so much growth. Okay? They've done so much growth. So there is the King of Cups is our hidden energy. And our, okay, last card of the reading, guys, we have the Two of Wands again. So once again, there's a decision that we're hesitating on making. And you know what? I'm going to put this in here, even though, once again, it's the wrong card. There's still this hesitation. Okay? And maybe it's to do with the fact that we don't have all of the information. Okay, and we're being called to gather this information, but that might mean stepping out of our comfort zone. That might mean asking for help. That might mean a whole lot of things that just don't feel comfortable for us. Okay, remember that we have what it takes to navigate that. Okay, we do have what it takes. Okay, so I'm going to call the main portion of this reading done. I am going to get our bonus cards. So for our bonus oracles, we have Slow and Steady. We have Simplifying Our Life, Simplifying Your Life, and we also have the Council of Light. So in this case, okay, in terms of slow and steady, you know, progress, small progress is progress. Okay, and that might be trite and a little cliche to say, but I feel that for some of you, you might be trying to rush something that needs to happen, and it just isn't working out the way you want it to. Okay, it just isn't working out the way you want it to. So damn, what do I do with this, right? Okay. In terms of answering that question, you have simplifying your life, and maybe this is about getting out the clutter. The tagline says, I cherish the simple pleasures of life, but you can't do that if there's junk in your way. And that's where things are going to need to be let go. Okay. Again, maybe this is that progress that you were so desperate for, that you're rushing that, but something tells me you're not quite ready to do the work, and yet you've been listening to the chatter and you've gotten in your own head about, oh shit, I have to do A, B, and C to get D, E, and F, and I am okay. I am okay. I need to take this process slow and steady. Okay? Finally, you have help in doing that work, because you're not alone. Remember, you have Council of Light. You have spiritual support, and you're never alone. Okay, you're never alone. I hope that part made sense. Moving on to our tarots. Okay, we have the King of Coins, we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Ten of Wands, and we have the Hierophant. So we know our worth. You know your worth. You know what you bring to the table for people. Okay. You are maybe someone who is deeply emotional. You feel things very deeply, like I just said. But it's in that depth of feeling and in that depth of emotion that you are able to be authoritative over how you take care of people. You know how to take care of yourself. You know how to take care of other people. And by that, your cup is overflowing so you can fill people you can fill a person's cup from your own without losing energy. Okay. Again, the depth of your emotion allows you to take care of others. Okay. However, it's not without its burdens, and it's not without its responsibilities. Okay. You're choosing to carry this weight because that's just what's on your heart. That's what's in your heart to do. And you know how to help people. You just want to help. You just want to help. You just want to see people be okay. And, you know, if that's resonating with you, I will put my hand up to that, because that's how I feel sometimes too. Okay? So, you know, taking care of everything comes with a lot of burdens to shoulder. And, you know, you're putting in the effort now because it's going to pay off later. Okay? So that is the 10 of Wands. And finally, for the Hierophant, you know what you're doing is right. You know that you're doing it in a way that doesn't harm. You know, it doesn't do much harm. It's not an imposition to you. You already know that this is the right thing to do because this is part of your personal truth. Okay? It's part of what you deem to be right. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to call that here. Thank you for tuning in. I hope any of this made sense, and if it resonated with you, I'd like to hear about it in the comments. If you have other interpretations, I'd like to hear from you on that one as well. Please don't hesitate. Yeah, everything's linked in the description, and I'd be happy to hear from you outside of YouTube if you so desire. I will see you guys in the next one. I love you lots. Stay safe, and I will see you very soon. Bye, everybody.